马里的话，就是我跟他现实中其实也认识嘛，然后也算是老对手了。以前排位的话也是经常遇到。然后前2天他们打RNG 的比赛我也看了，我觉得他们2个 AD 选手的话现在发挥的都还不错。然后觉得打他们的话，还是尽量我们自己少死的话，应该还是可以。
Welcome back to the LPL, everyone. Jackie Love saying, if I end up playing against Martin, I know him pretty well. We just have to not die. Well, Tom Kench is a great way to do that by devouring his AD carry over and over. Of course, Principal Wong will be stepping away in this game too, as Invictus Gaming are returning towards their standard roster with Jackie Love as AD carry and Baolan coming in for support. Yes, I misheard in my headset. I apologize for you folks at home who are getting hyped up to see West once again. But this is now serious business. This is no longer the debut match of Wang Sitsong. This is Invictus Gaming returning back, and I think this is what you wanted to see. As we get close to week 10, with 3 sets left to go into playoffs, this is IG trying to lock down their semifinal spot.
And my real question here is what they end up doing with the one game that they have here, assuming that they end up taking the victory, of course, is they end up looking for new strategies. Remember last split, that's what they ended up doing. A lot of Cassiopeia play, or there was a Xerath game last split. In fact, they were trying to go for more poke compositions as the split winded down.
Yeah.
This time around, they can do the same thing. Or, one thing that I usually like doing on a stage like this, when you know you have a few weeks left, is actually just trying to play standard and trying to play quick. So you take a little bit more risks when you know you should be able to go for a play. Invictus Gaming should really just be confident in some of the calls that they end up making to speed up the game. Give yourself a few more challenges, because, of course, being better than Vici Gaming is one thing, but recognizing, of course, looking back at the VOD, what you did right, wrong is invaluable when you're going to the playoffs.
Absolutely, and I believe it was last split that we heard Rookie playing the same lane kingdom style for Invictus Gaming for so long, till week 7 to week 8. Then spontaneously we saw them break out an Azir, a long-range AD carry, playing a slow, patient macro game, which was almost completely unprecedented for them, and they smashed their opponents. And later Rookie was quoted saying, yeah, we just wanted to try it. We haven't really practiced this macro strategy. And if they were that good coming in with the Shy at full power, playing multiple strategies, lane kingdom, macro, long range, now we're getting back to the same spot. If we get the chance to see them experiment once again, we just have one piece of advice to give to Invictus Gaming. The Shy, take care of your wrists. Do not allow it to happen again.
Yeah, and I think one thing you make note of is being able to practice going into patch 8.16, especially in the playoffs. Tanks matter. Team fights matter. Pro players making a point that the game's going to get longer as the patches come through. So for Invictus Gaming, a team that is known primarily for their early game, getting better at their team fights. But if you're talking about them versus RNG, versus EDG, I'm just saying the top 3 teams of the LPL, they need to get better than them at the team fighting aspect. And that's the real worry here, is that Invictus Gaming going back to the playoffs need to learn their lessons from last split. Of course, the first lesson you've already made a mention of course, the shot, protect yourself.
Take care of your wrists.
Protect yourself at all times.
Do not allow it to happen again.
That's a good lesson. That's a good lesson. Second one is just come in ready for team fights.
Yes. And that's where I think we're seeing IG return towards standard here, as they bring Jackie Love back into his more comfortable position as AD carry. Baolan also returning as well to support, to protect him and keep him safe. He gets to make his way back on stage after some extensive warm-up and practice backstage. I'm sure he was watching that match as well against Vici, so he knows what to expect against Martin and Shintai, because Vici are not making any subs on the opposite side. But that said, I'm still going to be looking forward to see what Invictus Gaming take out, if they still commit to the lane kingdom strategy, or if they look towards that late game strategy as you predicted, because as we just saw in game 1, that looks like it's a bit of a weakness for Vici, not only historically with their primary lineup, but even with the 5 currently playing on the stage right now.
Yeah, so for Vici Gaming, lessons of how to play out early lanes are necessary versus the strong roster of IG. So I want to see them pick the lane immediately. I understand Vici to be the team to play towards team fights, especially at the beginning of the split. But in this iteration, I want to see them try and challenge. They have counterpick this time around, so we get to see Fire Rain fly.
Well, that Varus did a great job in game 1 of controlling the lane and landing some big damage against rookie Zoe. Will we get the chance to see it once again, or perhaps see Fire Rain go towards something a bit standard, as already his Aurelia is banned away? He's still got that Yasuo pick as Rise banned away.
This is interesting. Vici Gaming banning out the Draven and red side means that, I wonder what's going to be up and available. The Talia? Okay, so the Kali's been banned out. Could be a Talia first pick here from Ning. a lot you can go towards. Varus is just, once again, safe and steady in the bottom side of the map. You'd expect Sintai to take the Tahm Kench away, just because it really just denies out the Rakan, Alistar. I want to see them just go for it right now.
Rakan is banned away, but that Alistar is still open, and perhaps they could instead look towards the Tahm Kench to deny some safety to Jackie Love's Varus.
Yep, I think, as I mentioned, Tahm Kench is important here. I guess Braum, but I would have liked to see the Tahm Kench. Trundle is another one. So perhaps they picked up the Braum, recognizing that they would go towards the Trundle pick later on in the draft.
Now we're looking to see Vici round out that bottom lane. We heard from Jackie Love saying he knows what to expect against Martin because he does know him. Well, does he know this Ashe matchup in the bottom lane, as it's the Freljordian duo looking to be locked in by Vici as the timer runs down, and it is prioritized very early on. So that means that IG don't have to show too much here outside of either top, jungle, or mid, as the Alistar is locked in for Battleland to follow up on that.
There we go. And I mean, I want to see if the Trundle once again gets picked across. I think with the engage of Alistar being locked in from Invictus Gaming, they shouldn't be afraid of picking in a harder, more disengaged option. That being said, you made a mention of course, Jace being locked in here isn't necessarily top for the Shy because Rookie is incredibly good on the pick here.
Already talked about that Yasuo for Fire Rain. That's been one of his big carries that we've seen him take in the split. Of course, in the past, he's prioritized Swain and Vladimir as well, but really only started to see success on the Yasuo and Aurelia, one of which has been banned away from him. So we might get to see some Wombo combo. Braum is already set up. Just need something with a little bit more knock-up to enable that. Gragas, you keep on talking about the Trundle. We'll see whether or not that goes through, as neither jungle has been locked in for either side, but that means Fire Rain is going to start looking to pair away some of the counter picks in that mid lane so that he can start to try to carry through his own route.
If I'm Invictus Gaming here, I mean, they've already banned out the Malphite, so I guess they've gone for the most creative option. I was thinking Cho'Gath and Gragas.
Straightforward,
exactly.
Perhaps.
I'd say Cho'Gath and Gragas. Gragas, as you already mentioned, makes the most sense. They already have a Braum here, so adding in the hard engage makes it incredibly easy for Fire Rain to get the knock-up. And we've just been seeing flat out a lot more Gragas recently. Predator, Spirit, of course, bringing that up. So none of that nonsense. Ning doesn't want to see it.
That's the Gragas banned away. There's still plenty of pick opportunity for Vici, and Ornn is an excellent answer. Call of the Forge God at maximum range is able to set up for those knockups on the return trip of the giant flaming ram that will be soaring across Summoner's Rift shortly if they decide to lock it in. That does mean IG get to choose whether or not to take that Jace into it or send Jace mid and allow the Shy to get counterpick, as Cho'Gath is in fact the answer.
Yeah, I was expecting the Cho'Gath to get banned here by Invictus Gaming, but banning out the Malphite must have seen something we haven't in Meow's solo queue. That being said, now that you have the Cho'Gath Q for the knockup, you don't need the Gragas in that regard. I think IG needs to start looking at the jungle matchup. Kindred is still up and available. You take Kindred here, then you're kind of having a squishy lineup. You're saying that the Jace is likely going mid. We're already seeing the Syndra hover.
Ooh, locked in for Rookie. Now this is a strong champion, something that's been missing from the meta for quite a while, but now that it's finally back, it is absolutely terrifying. I talked about it earlier, but I loved Rookie's gank on that champion against Jinnu in LGD. He flashed over a wall and pressed R. That was the gank, and he got the kill. Just doing some quick maths for those numbers. But the Trundle, you've been talking about it this entire pick and ban, is picking up by Invictus, picked up by Invictus Gaming. Ning gets the chance to take that, as Yodong will be looking towards a Taliyah to try and deal with that. Hard to believe Taliyah's making it all the way down to 10th pick.
I'm just surprised that both teams are just shying away from both Taliyah and the Kindred. So both of them do fairly well versus the Trundle. Trundle's better for the composition, but of course this means that you have a power to work around the jungle. Zac getting locked in, so Vici Gaming coming from the back, game one, saying, man, we're getting a lot of team fights and we're just not cleaning it up. How about we just have team fight in almost every pick here? The only one that's difficult in fights is technically Cho'Gath, but Cho'Gath just builds Righteous Glory and then runs at you. So I mean, that one's just rough as is.
It's a good thing that IG have got some shred to deal with that Cho'Gath later on, as Jackie Love with a laugh and a smile on your screen right now, playing against his good friend Martin. Even Baolan with a smile as he makes his way backstage. The only thing that these players will be sharing with their opponents now are going to be some kills and some CS as the coaches shake hands and make their way backstage. We get ready for game 2 as Invictus Gaming are coming out full serious mode. But it still looks like they're prioritizing that lane kingdom strategy with some strong lanes across the board.
So this is the challenge that we were talking about. Cleaning it really early on. I mean, the problem here is there's a Zac in this game, and Trundle should deal with it quite easily. If Trundle has vision in the enemy jungle, if there's ever a point where Zac is going to be elastic slingshot at you, Trundle pillar, you're not happening.
You can deny it midair.
And also, exactly, while it's starting up and while it's about to complete. There's a lot of ways to just stop it from happening. And then the opposite problem, where of course Zac's going to be having an issue when he goes up against the Trundle, is just the lanes alone. A lot of setup here for the Syndra. Top lane should be very good for the Jace. Of course, Varus Alistar, we don't need to say too much about that. I just want to see how often you end up using your mana if you're Martin, you're throwing out the volleys so you get pressure in the lane, because they need that pressure Vici game.
Especially if they're going to try to open up against Jackie Love, touted as one of the best supports in the league, if not one of the best supports in the world, as Invictus Gaming prepared to take on the Rift against opponent Vici Gaming. 15-1 against 1-15, first versus last. But as we've learned from watching the EU LCS, still plenty of room for upsets. Will we get the chance to see one here, or will IG get one step closer to locking in their semifinal berth in playoffs? Only the one Vici chant this time. Fans still trying to support these young LDL players from Unlimited Potential, as you mentioned, getting the chance to step up and play on the big stage once again and show themselves on the big stage and get that very important experience as Vici get one step closer to finishing off their split. Now, we do see IG setting up a defensive line, even going so far as to drop a zombie ward for Ning, but there was an early ward placed by Vici, and they were just grouped up as 4 with Braum around that red buff, just in case Invictus Gaming were thinking of an invade.
Yeah, I would usually, you can see the defensive ward being placed here. I would expect Vici Gaming to be the ones coming up with the early level 1s. Braum, Ashe, really good at that. Of course, we were talking about Cho'Gath as well, so for them, so for Vici Gaming not to go for the early level 1, pressing up into the bottom lane, or at least red side jungle, I'm surprised about that.
That means Rookie gets the chance to step into lane rather freely after a leash. Ning is headed right towards bottom lane.
It's the classic level 2 Trundle gank. He throws down the pillar. Stop him.
100% to 0. I didn't know it could go that high. Ning looking to walk up the sweeper. Martin the flash knock up. That's the slow and ignite. Trying to delay the flash. Martin gets close. He heals. Flash. There's the flash chomp. Pillar keeps him locked in place. First blood to IG Jackie Love.
Yeah, that's the gank you hate to see. We've been seeing this globally where Trundle just goes red buff into gank bottom lane, and it's very difficult to stop it, especially when the Trundle has the Braum, but of course in this case has the Alistar, use this flash to get the kill. So at the end of the day, works well for IG, they get the first blood.
Luckily, because of these death timers, Martin is able to teleport it back into the bottom lane, not miss too much CS, but again, 400 gold going into Jackie Love's pocket, and the blue invade to deny Zac. Not that he needs mana, but hey, the cooldown reduction is nice.
Yeah, it's nice. The experience is what's the most important one. Ning is going to be taking the experience gain. If you look at the items that he has a rejuve bead, obviously going to be putting that towards Tiamat. So he's trying to outpace Yodang. Already forced him into the top side of the map. But Yodang honestly just has to go towards blue buffs to get the trade, but you can already see Trundle passing back top side towards it just to deny him, getting the 3 buff.
Already Yodang at quite a disadvantage, as Ning even walking through mid lane to keep Fire Rain away from these minions as the wave pushes in, even going so far as to assist Rookie here. Yodang looks for a gank top, but can't find anything.
I mean, that just doesn't help Rookie. He's leeching experience, but what he's trying to do is cut through so he can take the Scuttle Crab. So there's no way Yodang gets Scuttle Crab, let alone any of the camps in the blue side of the jungle. So 100% being starved from experience, Yodang is going to have real trouble because he's going back onto the map and there's no camp here to take. He might go towards the Raptors because it might come up if he took it, I would say, a few seconds back. I want to see if that's the case.
Yeah.
Either that or he goes for the gank.
It's close. Yodong might just have to look for a gank. You can see a ping onto Tribush from the Shy as he's pushed in top. Yodong looking for the opportunity as teleport from Jackie Love sends him back bottom.
He's in position.
Yodong is actually looping around behind. He's got himself Chilling Smite, and the Shy is walking up. That's about to face check. Ward spotted. Yodong lands the slow, stretching strikes for a bit more, and some unstable matter for damage, but Yodong just can't do anything.
Yeah, good awareness from the Shy, so leaving the lane to place down the ward. Sure, he gets knocked up, but because if Meow walked up, the Shy would have been backing away, understood that the pressure's there because the jungler's in the area, and there's no ward, for example, for Yodong to even place the Q on towards Jace. So, I mean, the Shy recognized that, and he's able to evade it.
Oh, looks like Fire Rain in mid lane, caught by a gank. The Ignite burning through his health. He flashes sideways.
Oh!
Dark Sphere misses, and Fire Rain survives.
Just a pixel. I feel like it hit it.
Ooh, even Yodong getting bullied out of his own jungle. Rookie looking for a little bit more, stepping up. That's Elastic Slingshot to get to safety, as Rookie will even support Ning in this jungle endeavor. Raz, you said you wanted to see a clean early game. Well, this is just brutal.
Yeah, very difficult for Yodong to even touch him. Raptors was the camp that I was looking at because he took that really early on, and you know what his pathing was, so at least he's going to get Wolf Camp untouched. Getting to a point here, the experience advantage is far too different.
Now Ning is looking for a dive up top. Meow. Oh boy, he's in trouble. We've seen this strategy before. Last time it employed the Duke, and it was back. It was Rogue Warriors doing the same thing against Vici's other sub-top laner. They don't land too much damage. The Shy is still thinking about it. Ning looks for the reset, auto-attack, flash, chop! Ning will die for it, but he gets himself a kill.
Yeah, doesn't have a flash, so he was just committing to the death. One thing to make sure here is that it is worth it because he's losing 2 waves of experience.
Foul land could be a target. Elastic Slingshot pulls him back in. He lands a knock-up onto 2, but eats a stun. He's got no flash. That's the Ignite. No heal as he's knocked back in. As IG turn and find a kill onto Shintai as he steps too far up. Still Jackie Love chases Martin and Yodong back.
There we go. I mean, you like to see that. Yodong actually getting back into it. Getting the gank across, because if every lane is pushing out, works very well for Zac, so you can actually get a longer lane to actually make an opportunity up.
And already, Invictus Gaming are 2,500 gold ahead off of 3 kills, off of CS advantage. Martin getting pushed away from this own minion wave as Jackie Love just lines it up like a slingshot. Now the Shy will eat a knock-up, allowing Meow to push forward. No feast, though, means the Shy is safe, and this lane is becoming a little bit more even for Meow.
The danger of what Jackie Love did there with his channel, he empowered it. That being said, and speaking of empower, Fire Rain getting the hell out of here. It would have been 1 auto attack away. My God, Meow, get out of here.
The Shy could still look for a Shock Blast, but Meow has no flash. That's the Rupture. Ning still holding onto the pillar, the slow, and there it is. The flash engage lands the combo faster than Meow can scream in a feral manner.
Comes in quick, holding on towards the Trundle pillar, so the Shy get great communication. A second longer and the Shy would have traded his life for that one, but of course, just well executed, so they both come out alive.
And even Ning invading the red buff under the nose of Yodong. This is 22 CS advantage for Ning. The Shy is 31 CS ahead in the mid lane. Rookie lands the Dark Sphere, the Flash Pillar, and Ning finds himself another kill at 2-1-2. This is a slaughter.
It's only going to get worse. Think about what Vici Gaming can do to defend themselves right now. There's nothing they can do. If they have Yodong and Fire Rain defending their blue side jungle, I mean, they just die in the fight. The Trundle Pillar is way too effective, and the damage has already been built up by the, of course, first item that Ning has for himself. So Tiamat doing wonders here.
And again, just stealing away all of the buffs from Vici, pushing in mid, top, and bottom. Baolan going for a jaunt. He sets up for the dive. He's happy to tank it as he's got his flash once again. Just holding aggro. Even Ning gets in there as Jackie Love gets gifted the kill part and parcel. And 6 kills to 1. This is a clinic.
It's tough. Here's the wave coming through too, so this is definitely a tower and then some. They should push on to the next wave that comes through. Please do it.
I love how Ning is even getting part of the first brick gold. He's like, trust me, I'm 2-1-3. I need this. I need to be a part of this. I know you're a Varus, but trust me.
He's the most fed.
Now Meow's actually able to do some good damage here against the Shy. Corrupting Potion and those Ninja Tabi means he can chase against the Shy pretty effectively. And he's got the Feast as well.
He just simply has the early items. this point, of course, getting the shock blacks to the face is what's going to be problematic, but he has the armor boots, ninja tabis. He wants to look towards another armor item. Glacial Shroud would be really good in this situation, so he can actually take the trades once he gets Righteous Glory. That's what the difficult portion for the Shy here is.
I think that's exactly what Ning wanted. Yodong carries him over the wall. Shintai and Martin are on the way. There's the pillar. Now he's separated from his team. Finally, Ning will go down, perhaps, as Rookie instead decides to roam top and gift another kill over to the Shy. Martin gets himself and his team on the board with their own second kill by getting a kill onto Ning. It's not a shutdown because he's only 2, 2, and 3, but we take those wins.
Yeah, you take them. Really relieves so much pressure for Yodong. At this point, I was wondering where the Syndra was going. She's got to get the hell out of here. That's where she should be going. Get out of there!
Just constantly kiting around. Remember, Rookie still holding on to the power unleashed as Fire Rain is dodging around. Those Steel Tempests starting to land. That one will miss. Gathering Storm not able to land the knockup, and Rookie is just trying to trade and dodge, duck, dive, and weave.
That was a really good wind wall to stop the, of course, E from coming across from Syndra, so it really was able to walk through. So
yeah.
Really good job from Fire Rain so far in this lane. I mean, he's had it tough with not only his jungle collapsing, but just the outright trade that you can have with Rookie jumping on. No, get out of here.
Now he's healed back up and immediately goes back in, using all of those Corrupting Potion charges and pushing back against Fire Rain as he's forced to catch this CS. It's still a 20 CS advantage for Rookie despite Fire Rain playing his heart out. And now IG are looking for the Ocean Dragon for even more sustain, for longer laning phases, for more harass.
Yeah, it's going to be good for them, obviously. They wanted to stack it up. Second Ocean Dragon is now an option. I want to see if Yodong can actually get this going, because if the Shy is untouched in this lane, he can just rotate towards mid lane as he did the last time around and start to really poke out and try and get mid lane tower. That's what he's been doing fairly consistently, so stopping him in step 1, important. Get him out of here.
Yodong with level 4 of the Elastic Slingshot. He's going to be ready.
Get him.
That's the Rupture.
What?
And the Pharaoh's Scream, but Yodong is not on the same page. He's already backed up. And that means the Shy is fine to take the harass and walk away. Meanwhile, Ning, once again, under Yodong's nose,
trying again?
is taking the Rift Herald. Yodong looking for round 2. This time he's going to step forward, even the teleport coming in. As that is Shintai trying to join up. Let's bounce as he lands even more of the Rupture. Finally, they get the shutdown kill onto the Shy.
There we go. I mean, they didn't need the extra teleport in there. It just made it a little bit harder that they had to use Zac first. But at the end of the day, I mean, Invictus Gaming got Rift Herald anyways. So, sure. Vici Gaming got the kill topside, but they still have to play reactively to the new pressure that's out on the map.
Already, you can see Ning making his way towards that mid lane to follow up on Rookie, who's got himself a lost chapter for more sustain. Baolan has already been setting up wards in Vici's top side jungle to allow Jackie Love to push, and Meow is trying to hug this turret. Now, Shintai and Yodong are in the area. They're sitting behind Vision to perhaps look for a follow-up gank. Jackie Love steps forward, Feral's Scream, as he steps up once again, and the Slingshot is let go, which means Jackie Love can just keep on poking down this turret, starting to whittle away its health. And Ning, is he on the red buff again?
Yes, he is.
Ah, okay, not on the buff itself, but instead on the ward. Oh, that spot's warded. Elastic Slingshot over the wall and the arrow. Ning gets caught by the stun. Martin with the teleport out of base. He did it, Rez. He did the arrow teleport combo, and he gets himself a kill. Vici Gaming back on the board, but that's going to be the Cell Division pop by that Zac. Baolan following up with Jackie Love to find that kill and turn it around. But we got to see it. We got to see it.
I know you're excited because you've been talking about it for weeks now. You just wanted to see the play end up happening. I guess it happened. But
The age-old Ashe dream.
Yeah.
What was the first time that people started doing that? Like
I have no
2013, arrow out of base and teleport in?
It was troll up until teleport being meta in the bot lane.
Yeah.
But, of course, they still lost the fight, mostly because Rookie got a chunk on towards Fire Rain, so he couldn't even join it. So numbers advantage still in favor of Invictus Gaming on multiple ends.
And still 8 kills to 4, 6,000 gold, 5.5 if you want to get nitpicky. As Invictus Gaming are running the map, controlling it, breaking down that top tier 1. Ning still sitting on the Rift Herald despite his death. And mid tier 1 is already so low that he might not even need to use it, as Rookie has just been working this turret down by his lonesome. That said, that might not stop Ning from trying, as once again, he sees a buff on the map and he is going for it. Yodong is the target, chilling Smite as he pulls him back in. They land him from over the wall. Fire Rain is there. He's able to heal himself up with the Smite. He got the buff and he got out. Nothing can stop this guy as Vici are forced to take the long way out and the Rift Herald as the wave goes down. IG are riding this wave of momentum all the way to Vici's tier 2.
He actually just doesn't care. Doesn't even matter that he doesn't have the support from his adjacent lanes. Jace was just saying, I'm farming in the bottom lane, you do you.
That's IG pushing up. They're looking for this tier 2. The wave is cleared out, but Rift Herald is still so tanky. The knockup lands, but there's no follow-up as Herald breaks it down, ready for a second charge. She covers her eye and goes in blind. Half health on the inhibitor turret. 14 minutes in. Baolan with the knockup. He's found Fire Rain, and Fire Rain is dead. Yodong forced the elastic slingshot away as Ning with Subjugate forces the flash away from Meow. Shock Blast as the Shy even collapses. They take the inhibitor turret. 14.5 minutes in. Herald looking for another charge. Gets it at 24 health. And still she continues to push. They find Meow on the backside. He's got no flash this time. Feral Screamer not. He dies as the Shy steps in just a bit too far. He's going to be pulled forward by Martin and die for his transgression. The arrow lands against Ning. Not too much follow-up off the back of that, though, but for Winter's Bite. But this game is heavily in IG's favor. They've taken the inhibitor. They're 8,000 gold ahead. They're right in the book.
They're definitely strangling. At this point, Vici Gaming are really desperate. Just based off the last enchanted arrow that came through from Martin, there's no plan behind it. There's no follow-up coming through. He just was trying to scrap for anything to get any more kills so they can actually get back onto the map and get down any defensive wards. And think about what defensive wards mean. Baron's not up until 5 more minutes. This is just to defend their own damn structures. Right now, Invictus Gaming are so far deep in that Vici Gaming can't defend themselves, their base. It's really hectic here.
IG are so deep that I'm surprised they haven't found mole people.
Oh, that's deep.
They are very deep right now. And Meow, he's looking for Jackie Love, trying to capitalize on the classic Jackie Love mispositioning or overextending for a wave. But IG are turning him into bait. They're collapsing onto Meow. The stun lands. He's got a feast. Tries to look for it, but just easy kiting from Ning as he chomps to kill Secure. And now IG are pushing for this next tier 2.
He has recipes for items. He has nothing.
He's got plans.
He's plans, good, hopefully big plans, ambitions. But at this point, you can't reach them. It's like the American dream. It's difficult.
It's tough.
He's going up against the Shy, who has an item and then some. Blade of the Rune King going in towards Black Cleaver very soon.
Ooh, the Shy walked into that one. Fire Rain tries to chase it, but he flashes over the wall before Fire Rain can follow. And despite the gank attempt from Vici, the Shy survives, burning only a summoner spell, and IG convert that into a tier 2 take on the top half of the map. Shintai, he's now looking to flank on the top side, but Baolan happy to zone him away, lands the stun. He puts up the door, but it's not going to do anything. Rookie eats a turret shot down to 200, but Jackie Love is still able to finish the kill as IG will not be stopped. The Shy escorting super minions in.
All right, you calm down. At this point, the Shy is just willing to challenge anybody.
Knockup lands onto Baolan, but they don't want to take it because that is the support, that is the tank, not a carry, and the carries don't even care because they're carrying so hard. They're carrying the way to the Nexus as they find a kill onto Yodong. Fire Rain under the Nexus once again. He tries to put up the wind wall to stall it out, hidden behind the pillar. It denies some damage and allows him to survive, but the next inhibitor has gone down, and a minion wave is still building top. Even Rookie is forcing Martin back onto the fountain with every spell he flings.
No, man, you just lost 2 inhibs topside at this point. 17 minutes into the game. Their mind is so far away from trying to defend the Baron that it is insanity.
Oh no, Jackie Love gets caught recalling. That's the last breath, but Baolan to the rescue. Ba-ba-da-ba, he says, and saves his AD carry. 14 kills to 5. Shintai over the wall. He's got no carry to save right now because Fire Rain is already dead, and super minions are flooding in from 2 lanes.
Good effort. 10 out of 10 for effort. He tried. That's all that counts.
Are IG looking for the record here, Raz? Are they looking for the fastest game of the 2018 summer split?
If they were looking for it, they would have stayed on the map.
Oh, that's going to put a damper on the timer. Meow's actually looking to chase onto this. That's the Chilling Smite. Elastic Slingshot, but there's nothing to pull it to. The arrow misses. Rookie still landing some damage. Rupture will follow. No feast for Meow. Rookie, he's going for the Blast Cone. Can he make it in time? Uses the power unleashed, but it's not enough against the flat health of that Cho'Gath.
Good catch, good catch. At this point right now, Vici should just, that's all they're relying on. These opportunities that you're looking for. Fire Rain tried for it on the 80 carry, trying to get a base timing. Unlucky that the Alistar was there to follow up with a flash of his own. But being able to get any random gold in their pockets sets them up much better towards, let's say, a Hail Mary Baron steal that they need to rely on here.
I mean, that's one heck of a Hail Mary. That's high and far as Martin, oh boy, in between his own turrets. Teleport to try and cover that as Meow is looking to join in. Baolan going real far, uses his stopwatch. Still has the ultimate though, Chains of Corruption. Let's bounce, but Baolan is able to get out of this. Shintai tries to land the stun, but the turret has been finished off by his team. The Shy and Jackie Love doing damage. As it's 4 versus 4. That's going to be a flash from Shintai to land the slow onto the Shy. He knocks it back, make that 4 versus 5. Yodong looking for more, manages to get the knock and pull it back in. Cell Division, fire rate goes low and goes down. Jackie Love is non-stop firing and non-stop killing. Chases on to Martin against his former friend. Flashes back out of the volley to find another, a triple kill. And Ning with the thumbs up against Martin. The dance on stage as they send Vici back to an early grave. 19.5 minutes on with the emotes up. That's the ace for Invictus Gaming and Super Minions on the Nexus.
Yep, pinging the base. Very easy what they're trying to do. Strong fight. Didn't even need Rookie on that one. He was, respawning, getting back, getting ready. Notice that his team has already won a 4v5 for him. So there we go. Quick win for Invictus Gaming.
And with that, they turn on to the Nexus. As you said, a quick win indeed at the 20-minute mark, nearly exactly. They take the victory against Vici Gaming in one of the fastest games of the split before they could even surrender.
I take a look at that. I liked it, of course. There were certain points you can really brush up on. I think that I would say Baolang, Ning, both of them want to set up for plays, not having necessarily the members to do so. But at this point, they're just playing with their food, honestly. A good week for IG. A few hiccups, losing 1 game out of a 3-game series, of course, versus LGD just a few days ago. And I'm going up against Vici Gaming and wrapping it up quick, even bringing the owner into the mix.
Exactly. IG with that 20-minute victory. Of course, we'll see the scorecard at the end to find out what the exact win time was, because the current fastest game in the LPL is 19 minutes in 54 seconds. And that was Invictus Gaming against Rogue Warriors. So they might have just missed it. Remember that recall we saw from Rookie that was denied?
Yeah, that would have been it.
That's an 8-second deny. 8 seconds faster from IG.
You want my scorecard?
They could have broken the record.
You want my scorecard?
What's your scorecard, Raz?
8 out of 10.
8 out, that's what you're getting, 8 out of 10?
Yeah, I gave it
Not
an
5 out of 7?
5 out of 7. That's a weird place to put it on.
It is. But on a scale from 1 to 7, that's pretty high up there.
That's pretty high
Yeah.
if you want to do it up to 7.
But Invictus Gaming, with this victory, find themselves at 16-1 in the standings. As you said, giving them an 8 out of 10 for that victory, but hoping to strike fear in the other top teams in the LPL. These are the Titans. They are back, and they are to be feared. 20 minutes exactly, only 6 seconds off for being our fastest game of the split.
And it's just right on the. If you are, looking at a timer and you see 20 minutes and 1 second, you're just pretty much, please wrap it up, make it cleaner. 20 minutes is right on the dot.
That's it.
Highlight to the Shy, though. The Shy had an exceptional game. Put him on the Jace. In fact, it was a blind pick Jace. But he was super confident on it, as you would expect him to be. Last split showcased that you can play carries in a bruiser teamfight composition, or at least in the meta, that is.
Well,
this time around, bringing it back, saying that you have to respect the carry on the top side.
When you got Ning camping that lane with, what was that, 3 ganks? 4 within the first 10 minutes, and then even Rookie going up for follow-up roams, it's certainly going to be tough for Meow to try and compete.
Camping is a harsh word, because what ended up happening...
That man set up a tent.
Look,
he had a fire pit, sleeping bag all laid out.
I would say a moving ally.
He was making s'mores.
What he was doing was, he got a good gank topside, but a lot of it was tracking down the Zac a lot of the times, blue buff steals, just was literally moving through the mid lane to get place to place to actually keep the Zac down. So his #1 priority was the Zac. Mind you, that was his #1 priority. And then he went topside a lot after.
Yeah,
so it was top lane, it was jungle, top lane. He had a lot of autonomy in the area. So I really like that game out of Ning. He might get the MVP, but I wouldn't be unhappy if it was the Shy as well.
Yeah, of course, we'll get to see that in just a moment, though. To recap that game, we do have that last team fight to show for you, where we can break down a little bit more of what happened. And this was Vici's desperation play.
This was Vici having no damage. Baolan went so far deep, the teleport came in to cut him off. He pressed ulti, and it was all of them just trying to take down Baolan for how long? No damage across, because by this point in time, they were so far behind that at the very least, they think they can get something across. Remember, this is a 5v4, by the way. So while they see the kill on the Shy, while they see it on Baolan as well, remember full HP. Jackie Love is just firing across. Lethal tempo, Blade of the Rune King, he's dealing the most damage of the team and he wasn't the priority. But honestly, at this point in the game, there is no proper priority. If you killed him, then you would have had a problem with the Shy getting you. Dancing it out, I mean, at that point, why not, right?
I mean, we heard from Jackie Love at the beginning that these two AD carries were, in fact, well, I say were. I meant to say are.
Yes.
But after that game, maybe their relationship might be a bit strained after how that laning phase went and that kill
Martin
at the end.
Has to be the most upset human being after today.
Oh, yeah.
Martin right now has to go up against the owner of Invictus Gaming. Smashed him in lane, but went into team fights, and it didn't matter because he has to still face the rushing force of IG. And then goes into game 2. And then your jungle just loses completely in the Zac matchup, obviously. But, like, he just got smashed in 2 ways.
It almost seems like Invictus Gaming are starting to look more and more like a tidal wave. They are just this slow, inexorable tide that grows and grows and grows until it just topples you over. And there's nothing that you can do. No team has been able to stand up to it yet, except for the one defeat that IG have had very early on.
I like that you said tidal wave. I'll say waves. They come at you in waves.
Okay,
it feels
sure.
like you take
multiple tidal waves.
You take the first wave down. Jackie Love, let's say he dies at the beginning of the fight. Excellent. Well done. And then the next wave comes at you.
Shy.
The rookie, the Shy. You're like, please stop.
And then the third wave comes in.
And it feels like hard mode in a game because you're like, I just did so much in this team fight. But it's a team fight at the end of the day, and Invictus Gaming apparently started off on the right foot, not only having the goal lead, but then, of course, the setup lead. Right now, Vici Gaming going back to the drawing board.
It's like one of those old fighting games where you win a fighting round to advance to the next stage, and then a new challenger approaches, but you keep your health bar from the previous fight. And you're just like, wait, what? How am I supposed to win against this character I've never seen before?
My favorite part about Final Fantasy 12, if you guys have played it, then thankfully, but it's like the final boss is, because you're like, oh, the first boss was there pretty easily. And then they go on the next boss that's harder, and you have the same HP, and you're like, I just used my potions.
It's the classic JRPG formula. It's like, okay, we're going to get you to the final boss fight. It's going to resolve the whole story. It's going to be great, but it'll take you at least 2 or 3 hours of constant fighting to actually bring it down. And I've forgotten how we started on this. So this is Invictus Gaming being
so going into the
unstoppable,
you have to deal with a lot of carries at the end of the day. And it's funny enough because the stats actually say that Jackie Love takes the most damage, or at least damage percentage-wise on the team. So he's a Draven player, makes a lot of sense that that's the case. But it just showcases how few times they actually play with a tank on that roster. That it comes down to Jackie Love, of course, face first. But if he dies, he just has so many people that can replace him in a lot of those situations. So really well done from Invictus Gaming. You have to really respect them going into the playoffs. If they can continue down this route, few more games left, take down JD, hopefully in the next series, then they just secure themselves in first place.
Yeah, they're very close to locking down that final spot. Of course, our next matchup will not be happening until 7 p.m. China Standard Time, as the schedule is shifting around to accommodate some of our players and teams for Asia Games, which is happening next weekend. But later today, we've got a chance to see OMG versus Snake as Snake Week continues. And Snake get the chance to challenge longtime rivals, Oh My God.
Oh my God. And they got to wrap it up. I mean, ramp it up. Wrap it up, ramp it up, both of them. They need to finish the games quickly, and they actually need to win those games. Going up against FPX, the team that's actually challenging them for 4th place, FPX won very cleanly, 2-0. Strong lanes. If you are Snake, and I understand there's a lot of ways that they're trying to take the meta, places where they believe that Akali should go and not in the mid lane. And obviously, we're seeing Gogo play more assassins going towards the LeBlanc. This is a bad meta for Snake, and they have to recognize that. That we're getting to a point where Gogo now has to, because there are a lot more assassins right now in the lane, that they either need to ban it and start playing around engages around their jungler, or grind out more assassins games so he's a lot more used to it. So we're at a point right now that Snake are on the ramp. They just need to take these victories. They have a lot more games to go up.
Well, that ramp is all going to start with one step. Let's see if that will be against OMG later today. But Raz, that's going to do it for us. We've wrapped up this series for IG versus Vici. So on behalf of myself, Raz, and the whole production crew, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you at 7 p.m. China Standard Time for our next series.
请重庆的召唤师们继续带给 Snake 力量，雄起！